What's up, Taiwan? I'm Eric Gao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. On one of Taiwan's outlying islands, the land crab breeding season is in full swing. Locals have been working together to help the crabs reach their seaside breeding grounds safely. A team from TaiwanPlus visited the island to learn more.
Xiaoliuqiu, a small island off the southwestern coast of Taiwan, is known for its abundant sea turtles, clear waters, and vibrant coral reefs. But when night falls in the summer, the island comes alive in a different way, with some interesting creatures crawling into view.
来，这只母的，对这个叫入蟹这个还算中的来。好快来。
The tiny island is just 6.8 square kilometers, but is home to about 20 species of land crabs, with the most numerous being the purple land crab. Their breeding season starts with the rainy season. From June to October, during the last quarter of the moon, female crabs head to the shore to release their eggs, sometimes even from coral rocks. A crab expert says these creatures help connect life on land and in the sea.
它其实最主要的食物其实是植物的枯枝落叶，它是能够分解纤维素的，所以它基本上它确实是有扮演分解者的角色，所以在有陆蟹生存的生态体系，它的物质循环是非常快的，但是有陆蟹存在，养分循环会加快，那就会让这个生态体系是生产力非常高生产力的一个生态体系。
But their nighttime journey to and from the seaside is fraught with danger.
超过1万只的后代就这样没了。
Since May, local volunteers have been raising awareness about crabs on the roads at night.
会有螃蟹，要慢慢
放。今天怎么这么多啊？画到我的粉笔都快没了。
These volunteers patrol the island's ring road and share their passion for land crabs with visitors.
他只有在小时候住在海里，然后长大就到陆地上来了。
是哦，那他知道路吗？
哦，当然知道啊。
我只是说小 baby 哎，
当然知道啊。
他长大知道路上去。
通常会跟着水走。
哦。
Part of the volunteers' efforts is counting how many crabs get hit on the road. In June alone, over 800 crabs were killed.
它这个都有抱卵的呢。
During the crab breeding season, Wang Tianzheng, a native of Xiaoliuqiu, spends 1 to 2 hours every morning conducting roadkill surveys around the island.
对螃蟹非常有感情啊！看到它们被压死的时候，我就会想说它很可怜，我能够用我什么样的方法可以帮助它？那另外一种心情的话是开心的，因为小琉球呢岛上呢还有这么多的陆蟹资源可以让你压死。
Volunteers spread the word by putting up signs and handing out crab stickers to local shops. This year, a crab corridor was built to help land crabs across the road safely. The locals hope to take it a step further by closing one section of the road to protect the crabs, and they've received support from the government.
我们真的就是需要把小琉球现存的好的栖地环境，我想。 不只是陆蟹的栖地环境啊，就是各种海洋生物的栖地环境都把它保育下来，各种生物都活得很好。我想小琉球的观光发展未来才会更好。
Protecting land crabs isn't just about saving one species. It's about preserving a key component of the local ecosystem and creating a better environment for everyone. P.G. Zhuang and Sanyi Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Indigenous communities in eastern Taiwan are using their traditional gardening techniques to preserve local biodiversity. Chelsea Wu looks at how.
In remote parts of Hualien in eastern Taiwan, indigenous Bunun communities are keeping a special tradition alive, called Pisang Lavan, or family garden. It's a form of home gardening that helps preserve rare and diverse bean varieties.
从小就是有吃。 尤其是我们煮小米的时候啊，还是要做什么，这个豆类一定都有。
In Pisang Lavan, some beans are grown along the edges of farmlands, while others are planted near homes. In 2014, when the Cixing Organic Agriculture Foundation began helping farmers switch to organic practices, they unexpectedly uncovered over 20 rare and ancient bean varieties thriving in these backyard gardens.
这么久以前的种子，然后一代一代一直还有人在种，然后持续的更新它的活性，然后让它在土壤里面生存，记忆每一天的太阳，每一天的雨。
To keep the knowledge of how to grow these beans, they set up the Bunun Bean Group, aiming to pass down the community's agricultural wisdom. Conservation takes place directly in the fields, with replanting every year, but modernization is threatening their efforts.
年轻人现在有的都是还在外面工作，就是怕说他们不肯做啊，不肯种这些啊，这个一定要种才有成果啊，你没有种下去，它怎么会有？
Members of the Bunun Bean Group remain hopeful that their agricultural know-how and traditions can be handed down to younger generations. Much like the beans they cultivate, the tradition will take root in everyday life, flourishing for years to come. Alex Chen and Xiaoliuqiu for TaiwanPlus.
An agricultural co-op is working to spread the word about Pingtung's quality chocolate while cutting down the carbon dioxide its growers emit. John Van Trieste has this story from Taiwan's cocoa capital.
Huang Zhaoying inspects the cocoa pods growing in her orchard in Pingtung County in southern Taiwan. It's early in the season and there's still damage from last year's typhoons, but Huang isn't worried. Thanks to the local farmers co-op she's joined, the pods are bigger and healthier than ever, and there's no need to worry about marketing.
土质是酸性还是怎样哈？看要用什么肥，它会有跟你验土，它就感觉果实有比较大。
Chocolate is something of a specialty in this part of Taiwan, and that's in part thanks to the co-op's chair, Xiaoliuqiu. Qiu has been in cocoa for a decade, and he's seen the crop's ups and especially its downs. A few years ago, farmers were cutting down their cacao trees as they failed to find buyers. Now his co-op helps give Pingtung's chocolate a bigger profile and find a bigger market. Around a quarter of Pingtung's 62 hectares of cocoa fields now has an annual contract with the co-op. Cocoa is a complicated business, but here each step is carefully organized. Once a week, cocoa pods come in from the farms. The co-op does quality control and then begins a precise process of fermentation that can take up to 2 weeks. Beans must be carefully turned so they get the right amount of sun exposure and meet the criteria for sale.
晒透的，如果我哋爱囤伊的水分含量降到7.8以下，也让它符合国际的一个标准安尼。所以今刚我哋一个步骤都尽量容易跟太阳接触，我们酿一些比较小的次级品的，我哋都会推脱起来安尼。
But quality isn't this co-op's only concern. To give its products an edge, it's going green. Standard chocolate production emits 17 to 19 kilograms of CO2 per kilogram of product. The co-op has this down to 7 kilograms and wants to push things even further. Last July, it got Taiwan's first carbon label for Pingtung cocoa. That certification didn't come easy, as one local official with a passion for the cocoa business attests.
所有嘅 data 資料全部係嘅，佢就對我哋咧天度嘅佢是盤到我哋咧佢啲出來，講到生牌啦，嚇到100%冇相同嘅我用嘅天水，特別用嘅天嘅種類，甲我去盤查，包括我哋奶肉地杯所下嘅皮料，全部甲我盤出來。 到後面要嘢成命過程要唔同，送出去用埋嘅菜，是強下送出去，用埋嘅資料做包裝。
But with climate change concern a growing factor in what people buy, these farmers and their co-op think they've hit on a plan to boost local agriculture and put chocolate from Taiwan's southern tip on a bigger stage. Joseph Wu and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
And thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, we take a visit to Xing the panda in Mexico, marking her milestone 35th birthday. I'm Eric Gao. Take care. We'll see you next time.